Alright guys, so here is the start of my craft room. Now, if you would have seen this a month ago, it's a heck of a lot better than what it was. This right there is all white yarn, like yarn that I've gotten from various different people, from the thrift stores. That it's just all different shades of white and different brands. There's nothing in that bin there. This is all orange, different oranges and peaches of acrylic, blues right there. My stash of apples I told you about. I put my buttons in that thing right there. I haven't gotten to those bins yet, and again, the mess over there, please apologize, or I apologize. And then my garbage bag is hanging there, so when I'm sitting in my chair, I can just throw stuff away. Now, bear with me as I walk here. It's just a regular sized bedroom downstairs in the basement, and I pretty much have wall-to-wall cabinets, and they're just whatever cabinet I had in the house, in the basement, variety places. This is my variegated yarn cupboard. Again, this is 99% Red Heart acrylic. There is a few different types up here, just odd skeins, but most of it's just variegated acrylic. Now this stuff right here is like super rough. That's an over dye for sure, but this is super pretty. And a long forgot project that I'm gonna redo. So that's the first cupboard. There's another cupboard. Again, if you look at it, it's just on an old buffet kind of a cabinet. There's stuff up above, just storage. This is the baby yarn cupboard. See all the white? Tons of white. And then there's a little bit of I mean, there's sport weight yarn. But before I started YouTube, and before my aunt gave me a bunch of her yarn and my grandma's yarn, I went shopping at Savers when they had their holiday sales, and you can get 50% off of even the yarn bags. But look at this yarn, you guys. Noontuck Dimensions. It's like, can you see that? Yeah, there you go. I got a bunch of this stuff. It's in different colors, but it's just weird. So, and then one of my tips for, I know there was a video out there that said, how do you store your yarn and what kind of containers do you keep it in? I recycle my containers from the food. Now this one just happens to be like a huge strawberry bin, but I wash it out and I put all my loose balls in there. I mean, look at how many different little balls is in that. So that's baby yarn cabinet number 1. And then, sorry if I apologize for the recording. I don't have a selfie stick, and this is my first time. The junk drawer. Some cross-stitch patterns I want my dad to maybe do if he can see better. I have a whole bunch of these kind of patterns that I want to make out of the kids' old clothes. So I have, they're like memory bears and blankets and stuff. So those. And I'm even thinking about taking these patterns and using them as body pieces to make, to crochet them in. So that's junk drawer number 1. I won't show you junk drawer number 2 because it's just full of stupid stuff. Here is some Bernat super stripes, and this is part of the yarn I got from my aunt. Really pretty colors. So this is Red Heart with Love. There's got to be, I think there's 7 or 8 skeins in there, so I want to make like a blanket or something really nice out of that stuff. And then here is the rest of the baby yarn I was telling you about. So this is that baby yarn that's got some of that ribbon going through it. And then some of this stuff I've never heard of. Bernat Haven. And this is a whole teddy bear kit, like a teddy bear blanket kit. And there's like 8 balls of that in there. Some more of the Haven. And then this is Peyton's purple baby yarn. So that cupboard there. Again, I'm sorry about all the noises. So here is a great big giant tall stand that we had. Again, down in a full-size basement. I just started grabbing shelving and Donnie was helping me, and we just used what we had because we didn't have the money to go out and buy the shelving right now. But this, believe it or not, holds... Hey Valerie! This holds my Bernat blanket yarn. Hey Kim! So I got my white and my cream, the red, the color pooling yarn I haven't tried yet. This is black here. There's 2 balls, orange, yellow, and it's like a lemon or a pale yellow. I don't think they make these anymore. I think they're discontinued, which is really depressing. A green, a blue, purple, and a different kind of blue. These are some, you guys, believe it or not, I picked these up at the Dollar Tree last year for $1 a ball. That is an amazing, amazing deal. So a light gray and a blue. I think I have like 6 skeins of each in there. And then, oops, ball down. There's a variegated yarn. I haven't really decided what to do with this one. I tried, but I'm not too, I don't like how the stitches come out and the color changes. And then this yarn is just crazy. It just doesn't. It's got different thicknesses to it, so you've got your regular Bernat blanket yarn, and then you've got some fuzzy stuff, and then some really fuzzy stuff. So, not too impressed. You can tell I've tried to work with it because it's all kind of out. But, can you tell I have too much crochet thread? When you have to color coordinate your crochet thread, you probably have too much of it. This is all variegated whites and creams and kind of thing. These are all variegated blues, greens, oranges. I think I got them all. Purples. And then these are purples, pinks, and reds. And then back here, I got a big deal from a online rummage site for a big tote of all this crochet thread and some other yarn, some of the baby yarn, and 2 boxes of the Lily's crochet thread. It's white thread. It's never been used. They're all sealed still. So yeah, there's a lot. Lot of white, so I should be making some angels or something for Christmas. And starching those. And pardon me as I stand up. Try to stand up. Oh, I forgot to show you. So in between the cabinets here, I've got my whiteboard that I kind of sometimes use to take pictures with. A blanket that I got from the thrift store, which is still perfectly good. And then a whole bolt of, it's like sweatshirt material. Kind of like that, yeah. But it was a whole bolt for like, I don't know, $2 from Savers. So I was like, okay, I'll get it. And then if I'm at Savers and I see Pillowcases that are pretty much brand new in their bags, I will pick those up too. One, I can use them as a pillow. Two, is I can use them for stuffing, and it's cheaper than buying the stuffing. Here's another cabinet, my Wizard of Oz puzzle. These are crochet kits right here. Oops. Crochet kits that I have not done yet. There's a Mickey Mouse, there's the dolls, woodland creatures, mythical creatures, African animals, and then Disney characters. I just haven't done them yet. These are all my flip-flops. So back probably 2-3 years ago now, I would crochet around flip-flops because I don't want my feet to show. Just extra stuff for different holidays that I get at a discount. Kind of like what Carla does with the Easter die. She bought a bunch of those. But just bins that I all know are going to fit in there, so it's all organized. Those other bins right now are empty. Here is that great big container stand I was telling you guys about that I got at the church rummage sale across the street. And it's basically a store stand, and it swivels. But I put all of my 1-pounders in there, and they fit super nice. Now my 1-pounders used to be in the Bernat blanket cupboard, but there wasn't enough room anymore. Since I do a lot with Bernat blanket. This is my bag of bags, and not like plastic bags. They're like what most people would call project bags, or you know, grocery bags, that kind of a thing. They're actually, I don't know, like this. There's a lot of those in there. The containers I intended to get to sell water balloons with my otter. And just another cabinet that I've got up there for storage for later when I figure other things out. There's more stuff that isn't in here yet. That's in my other room. Now, if I can pull this out without dropping it. Let's see here. Sorry. I'm going to pull it down and you down at the same time. Okay. So in this tote, again, this is some of the yarn that I've either gotten from thrift stores or from my aunt when she gave me 10 McDonald's boxes of yarn. So there's all kinds of different yarn. Now none of this is wool because I wanted to make sure that all my wool was separate. Some of it has labels, some of it doesn't. So just a lot of different. This is pretty. I just don't know what to make with it. It's fuzzy. So there's that bin. And I'll move this out of the way here. Okay, so there's that stand. It is on an old TV stand that we got for free. Somebody was like, come pick it up. And I'm like, okay. So we did. I've got just a plastic drawer bin there. There's nothing in there yet, but there will be. This other plastic bin has the little bit of fabric that I do have. Not a lot. Here, I'm going to try to make those. My intent was to make the fishing crocheted fish aquariums to sell. We'll see how that goes. And then white yarn. Balls and balls and balls of white yarn. Different colors, different styles, or shades. And then these are full balls of white yarn, separate from that other bag. And then this is just an old Cheetos or cheese ball container from Sam's Club. So, in these drawers, I've got, you guys have ever seen this stuff before? Let's see. This is the Crochet nylon thread. And I have crocheted a little bit with it, but it's kind of a pain. It's slippery. But it makes a really pretty purse if you want to do something like that. So I've got a few colors of that. And then I kind of keep my crochet books in there, and I've got a lot of older ones from my grandma. So they've got some really, if you find any at a rummage sale or something, they're worth picking up and looking through. So there's some of those. And then this is all the t-shirt yarn that I ended up getting from the Dollar Tree. Still haven't had a chance to do that. I work on those yet, but I will. You'll probably see some bags or rugs in my near future. Here is some more storage. And my poor horses that have not gotten back to from Valerie's Crochet Along. All I have to do is the hair, and I haven't got hair and bridles, and I haven't gotten back to it. Sorry, Valerie. This bin here is all my crazy yarn, my fun fur. There's different types of fun fur. So you name it and I probably have it. Like this one's Happy. No idea where that came from, but it's basically fun fur. Yeah. So, and at one point in time, Dollar Tree had these for $1. But I got all kinds of different colors. And then there's some ribbon yarn in there and some fun fur that's got like rainbow pops in there. So there's that bin. This is my bin of the thicker yarn, some Jiffy, and I believe this is size 6. Hometown USA. Yeah, size 6. Most of these didn't have labels, but after a while you can tell what yarn you're looking at. Bernat Softy Chunky. So, and I got white, green, yellow. This one's pretty. And I think there's like 5 or 6 balls of that kind of rusty color. So something will come out of that. This is my whole bin of wool. I don't know that I'll ever use it. So, I mean, there's some really pretty colors in there. I don't know. I get itchy when I touch it. So I don't. Here's some of the colors I'm using in that king size blanket that I pulled out, ready to go. This whole bin here, this whole entire bin has my Caron Simply Soft in it. And that you can tell a mile away, regardless if it has the ball band on it, just by the feel and the shine. I have some Christmas yarn in that bin, and then there's some rug yarn in that bin. So we've got fleece up here. After Valerie started using fleece in her patterns, I had to get some fleece. Just oddballs that I don't know. And then this yarn, maybe you guys can help me. We'll pull it out here. It's stretchy. I don't know. It's not, I don't know what brand it is, but it's not Red Heart, I can tell you that. It's got kind of a spring to it. But over my, years of buying yarn, I've gotten a collection of just different types of that kind of yarn. So that'll probably all go into a project. My black brown stash, some different stuff in there. My iron is in that cupboard. And this is another acrylic cupboard. So green, yellow, pinks, reds. Oh my god, you guys, there's so many different shades of reds. It's just crazy. And we got blues, purples, and then Hellspun Claudia, I got a whole cabinet of housespun. Laurel, I know you said that you were looking for, or you had different colorways of housespun. Homespun, that's what it's called, but I like to tease. So there's that. Some of these are really pretty, you guys. I like it. So that's a striped one, I think. More of a green. This is actually purple. A pink. And then these are not homespun, but they are a light and lofty. But I've got a whole bunch of this one color, as you can see here. And there's a darker blue there and a green. But I could probably make something, maybe a blanket or something out of just, there's like 5 or 6 balls of that. Nothing in those containers yet, but they fit in there, so I put them in there so I know I have storage space. Again, this is just old cabinets that used to house my Tupperware or scrapbooking once upon a time when I did those. Here's some more storage, and these are just Dollar Tree storage bins that I got, and even those storage bins there, like here, there, and then the other ones in there, all Dollar Tree bins. I'm not paying $3 for a bin when I can go to Dollar Tree and get it for $1. So anyway, this is all of my Scrubby yarn up here. Some cotton and big bowl, tubes, and then cotton and different, basically it's peaches and cream, sugars and cream, that kind of thing. And those are going to go real quick this winter when I'm working on my scrubby dresses. More scrubby yarn. So, and I'm so disappointed that Red Heart changed their scrubby yarn. I don't want scrubby cotton. I want this scrubby. And I know that 90% of the people out there don't like working with it because it's rough. But when you make those dresses, it's shiny. When you get that, you can really tell on this one how, if it'll focus maybe, how shiny that is. So when you're making a dress out of it, it's shiny, but when you get that scrubby cotton, it's dull and it looks old. Scrubby Sparkle, which I think they're doing away with, which again, I'm disappointed. A few balls of different cotton that's not necessarily all cotton, half cotton, half acrylic. Just some more storage down there. These are my 2 other bins that I'm using. I pulled out yarn for the king size blanket, which you see there. That's a storage bin that I'm going to start putting all my finished objects in because it's up high enough the kids won't get to it, and I can pull them out when I'm ready to go to a craft fair. This has got my sweet rolls. This is probably yarn most people don't see. Some more of that. Oh, I guess I have more of that light and lofty. Baby clouds and Red Heart. Yeah. And then this, guys, I'm sure you guys will know. The older ladies will probably recognize this kind of yarn. I mean, it's got like a halo. It's definitely not Red Heart. It's definitely got a fuzzy to it. You see the fuzz? So I keep all that in the same area so I know where that's at. This has got some cones that I got at a different thrift shop here, and it's really pretty, but it's fingering weight, and it doesn't really tell me what it's made out of. So I did start a test pattern for when I did a test pattern for Hannah with the Cozy Cottage Crochet. If you can see, there are the pine trees. So that will be either, I want to say it's going to be a scarf, but it might be too rough for a scarf. I might make it into a tree skirt. There's some fleece in there that's cut up. Some lost and forgotten projects. And are you ready? Don't scream at me. But here is my desk. Whoop. Yeah, you didn't see that, right? Okay, well, that is my room. And yeah. So a lot of this yarn, again, it's all acrylic. There's nothing fancy here. It was either given to me or bought at a thrift store, except for the Bernat blanket yarn. I really haven't bought a lot of brand new yarn except for the Scrubby stuff and that kind of thing. So I'm very thankful for my aunt when she gave me all that yarn that used to be hers and my grandma's. And yeah, I'm trying to put it to good use. And anyway, that's my stash. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.